The day the most advanced army in the galaxy arrived, Earth did not scream. It watched. For centuries, humanity had looked up and wondered when the universe would notice them. On that day, the universe answered. The sky above every major city fractured into burning geometric scars, alien vessels folding out of higher dimensions like predators emerging from deep water. They were flawless, silent, enormous. Cities lost sunlight as shadows miles wide rolled across oceans and continents. Satellites went blind in seconds. Every screen on Earth flickered to life with the same impossible image. A being of metal and living light, standing before a banner of stars not native to any human map. Its voice did not speak through sound, but through thought, translating perfectly into every language known and unknown. Species designation, human. You occupy a resource-dense death world. Your planet has been selected for consumption. There was no threat in its tone. No anger. Just hunger wrapped in certainty. The invaders called themselves the Caravel Dominion. They were older than human civilization, older than most stars humanity could see. They had devoured thousands of worlds, not out of cruelty, but efficiency. To them, planets were crops, civilizations were nutrients, and resistance was a temporary inconvenience. Their scouts had marked Earth centuries ago. A high-gravity world, volatile climate, unstable tectonics, lethal fauna. A planet that should have crushed intelligent life before it ever learned fire. The Dominion had assumed humanity would burn itself out long before harvest day. They were wrong. As fleets descended into low orbit, Dominion analysts began feeding data into their prediction engines. Population size, industrial output, weapons technology. The results were laughable. Humanity's strongest weapons barely scratched the shields of Dominion landing craft. Their AI calculated total planetary pacification within 72 hours. What the machines could not quantify was the thing buried deep in human history. The reflex forged by extinction events, famine, plague, and war. The instinct that activates not when survival is likely, but when survival is impossible. Earth did not prepare to surrender. Earth prepared to feed. Missiles launched, not to win, but to taste the enemy. Railguns fired, not for damage, but data. Cities evacuated underground, not in panic, but precision. Every failure was logged, every loss measured, every weakness memorized. Dominion commanders watched with mild curiosity as human forces threw themselves against impossible odds. To them, it looked like desperation. To Earth, it was reconnaissance. And somewhere beneath the surface of the planet, far below oceans and bedrock, ancient systems powered on for the first time in generations. Systems built not for defense, but digestion. The Dominion believed Earth was a meal waiting to be taken. They did not realize the planet had been starving for a fight. The Caravel Dominion landed with mathematical precision. Gravitic towers punched into continents, anchoring invasion zones with artificial gravity wells. Forests flattened, oceans recoiled, mountains cracked under invisible pressure. Dominion ground forces emerged in perfect formation, bioengineered soldiers encased in adaptive armor that could shrug off artillery, radiation, and vacuum alike. They moved without hesitation, without fear, without individuality. To them, Earth was already dead. Human commanders watched the landings and smiled grimly. Not because they believed they could stop them, but because the Dominion had made a mistake older than humanity itself. They had landed. Urban warfare ignited across the planet. Dominion units advanced through cities expecting civilians, surrender, chaos. Instead, they found empty streets, sealed buildings, and kill corridors designed centuries ago for human wars. The first Dominion squad vanished under collapsing asphalt, and redirected subway lines turned into crushing traps. Armor adapted, shields flared. Then failed. Human weapons did not try to overpower Dominion technology. They overloaded it. Electromagnetic storms, thermal spikes, chemical cocktails no galactic database had ever catalogued. Every human defeat became a lesson paid for in blood. Dominion analysts noticed something unsettling. Human resistance was not decreasing. It was evolving. As ground battles intensified, Earth's oceans joined the war. Submersible fleets surfaced beneath Dominion orbital platforms, launching torpedoes filled with experimental mass-altering payloads. Several platforms vanished in flashes of distorted light. Losses were minimal by Dominion standards, but losses were not supposed to happen at all. Then came the first signal from Earth's core, a planetary resonance pulse that rippled through tectonic plates and magnetic fields. Dominion sensors flagged it as impossible. Planets were not supposed to respond. The Dominion adjusted strategy. They increased harvest timelines, authorized atmospheric stripping, and prepared extinction protocols. Earth answered by opening more doors. Volcanoes erupted not randomly, but rhythmically. Storm systems synchronized. Radiation belts thickened. The Dominion had invaded many death worlds. None of them had ever pushed back. Dominion Command finally acknowledged what their machines could no longer deny. Earth was not resisting. Earth was hunting. Human counteroffensives grew sharper, faster, crueler. Captured alien technology was not studied in laboratories. It was dismantled on battlefields and reused within hours. Human engineers did not ask if something was safe. They asked how fast it could kill something else. Dominion soldiers began broadcasting emergency signals. Not cries for help. Warnings. They reported terrain that reconfigured itself mid-battle. Canyons forming where maps showed plains. Cities collapsing only after Dominion forces entered them. Humanity was weaponizing the planet itself. The Galactic Council intercepted Dominion transmissions and felt something unfamiliar. Concern. For the first time in its recorded history, the Caravel Dominion requested reinforcements. For the first time, they admitted uncertainty. Their harvest fleet slowed, their advance stalled. Earth's biosphere intensified its response. Microorganisms evolved lethality at impossible speeds. Alien physiology reacted violently to bacteria that humans barely noticed. Entire battalions were rendered combat ineffective by Earth's smallest life forms. Dominion medics called Earth toxic beyond logic. Humanity called it home. In orbit, human-made satellites detonated themselves near Dominion capital ships. Not as attacks, as invitations. Fragments pierced shielding at precisely calculated angles. Each strike teaching Earth something new. Then the planet spoke again. A deeper pulse, slower, stronger. Gravitational anomalies disrupted Dominion warp corridors. Escape routes failed. The Dominion began to realize the truth. Earth was not just defending humanity. Humanity had taught Earth how to fight. The galaxy watched as the unstoppable bled, and wondered what kind of species trains its planet for war. Dominion leadership authorized total consumption. Atmospheric siphons activated. Oceans began to thin. The sun dimmed behind engineered veils. Earth responded violently. Tectonic plates shifted with purpose. Mega-earthquakes swallowed entire invasion zones. Dominion machinery vanished into molten rock. Human forces advanced through chaos with practiced ease. They had trained for extinction scenarios since the first nuclear age. This was just another version of the end. Deep beneath Earth's crust, systems older than modern nations reached full capacity. Planetary defense grids, originally designed to prevent human self-destruction. Now repurposed, Earth was no longer stabilizing itself. It was destabilizing everything else. Dominion scientists finally understood. Earth's ecosystem was a closed loop of violence and recovery. Predators balanced by disasters, disasters balanced by adaptation. A planet that survived by constantly killing parts of itself. They had not landed on prey. They had landed inside a digestive system. As Dominion ships attempted emergency withdrawal, Earth's gravity spiked. Not enough to crush mountains, enough to trap fleets. Human transmissions finally reached the galaxy at large. Not threats, not pleas. A simple message repeated in every known frequency. Do not feed on Earth. It feeds back. The caravel Dominion retreated. What remained of it limped back into dark space. Stripped fleets, broken doctrine, rewritten legends. Earth stood scarred. Cities ruined, oceans wounded, skies altered. Humanity mourned its dead. Then rebuilt as it always had. The Galactic Council classified Earth as a forbidden world. Not because it was powerful, but because it was hungry. Exploration charts marked the Sol system in warning red. Deathworld, adaptive, retaliatory. Do not provoke. Do not consume. Humanity did not pursue the Dominion. They didn't need to. Fear traveled faster than ships. Earth returned to its storms, its quakes, its chaos. Waiting. Watching. The galaxy learned a final lesson. Some worlds are not meant to be conquered. Some worlds are meant to be survived. And some are waiting for the next thing foolish enough to land.